What's going on, guys? I'm Mr. Lazyboy, and I'm here looking at the brand new TMNT 2012 Leonardo figure by Nickelodeon, and not Playmates Toys this time, but matter of fact, Neca. These guys are really well known in the current, collector figure market right now. They've done some really cool work with 80s TMNT line, as well as their movie TMNT line, even some comic stuff as well. They've been really well done. This is my first Neca figure ever. So I'm not really sure what to expect with this. The box is really nice. I really like this cool artwork you have on the side here that's supposed to connect across all four, or all five, or I guess the entire line, I guess. Which is really cool. You have Leo here, and you can see a little bit of the foot soldiers. I think that's from an upcoming wave, I'm not sure. And yet, just a little bio of the series, and just not much here. I was expecting something similar. I was expecting something similar to what Playmates does with their toy line, where you just see a bunch of the current figures in the line, but I guess they don't do that. Now the inside of this is really cool. It's the inside for all these boxes for the turtles. It's the artwork that's on the bottom of their skateboard, which is really cool. And as you can already see, I already took out the figure just to check it out at first. So we'll check out the figure first, and then we'll look at the accessories. All right. Again, this is a little new to me. Also, real quick, I wanted to mention that this is brand new artwork by Neca, the creator of TMNT 2012. Really good series. This was the series I grew up with. So it's really cool getting collector-based figures of these guys. Also, I just noticed that Leo has 2 toes in the artwork, just like the I forget. That's just interesting, considering a big prominent thing about this series is that they have 3 toes. But right here we have Leo, and wow, this is really well done. I love how this figure looks in hand. It's just so accurate to the model of the TV show. Now I will say, already have some little bit of discrepancies with this. The joints are very hit or miss. I did in fact have to end up boiling this figure to get the joints to properly move, because I think yeah, on this leg the top just doesn't want to move, and it makes that rickety plasticky noise that just does not sound good at all. You are gonna have to boil these if you want all the joints to be you know, nice and not super duper tight. That makes you feel like you're gonna break this thing, and this thing was $40, you know, so that's very scary for such a premium collector based toy. I mean, it's a toy. That's all this is. It's a toy. But this arm, the what is it, I guess bicep swivel, it's a little loose on my copy at least, so that's that's something to be aware of. Also, one thing I gotta say, Leo's plastron, it's a little too light, I guess to say. Because in the show, his plastron is more orange than the other ones, and so here it's it being yellow is just a little off to me. But I will say, I do love the sculpting is just really right. You got all the weird little blockiness that the series had, the specific style, especially in the earlier models for the season. So that's interesting to see. Also, I love the material of the belt. It actually kind of does feel like leather. It's really, it might be leather. I don't know. It just feels really nice. Also, one thing I've heard is that the sheath for the katanas has broken on some people, so that's something to be super aware of. Mine hasn't had that problem. However, I have had the issue of my sheath for my katanas being a little loose, so to speak. Because look, for the scabbard for the smaller katana, it's super duper loose. It just slides in and out like nothing. But then the large one, it's super duper stiff, and I had to kind of wedge it in there. So that's not fun. I am worried it's gonna snap on me with how thin these blades are, but they are really nice. Look at the detail on that. I do wish, however, that these were a much brighter dark red, because that's how they are in the series. And again, this is meant to be a more show accurate version of these figures. If they were going off this artwork, then that's one thing, but at the same time, you got all the little flecks and imperfections that their skin has. So I expect a little bit more, you know. It doesn't pick up well on camera, but they do in fact have these little you can kind of see right here. Oh, never mind, that's just a paint glove. Oh, actually, no, yeah, that is a, yeah. You can see the little dark green spots they have. My camera isn't picking it up too well. Let me change the lighting a little bit. Yeah, okay, that kind of helped a little bit. You can kind of see a few of the little dark green blemishes. I really need to get new lighting for this room. But again, I just can't get over how much the detail, this looks like 2012 Leo, right? Playmates, they did really well with just their basic figure line. I have almost the entire line. I mean, I have almost every character from that series that I want. I don't have the entire line. That's way too many characters to collect. But yeah. Also, this head sculpt is really, really nice. I think it's a great head sculpt for Leo. I kind of would have preferred if his mouth was fully closed, just because he's one of the more calmer combatants on the team. But it's whatever. However, one thing I do want to note, a lot of the turtles have like this, I guess, black line on their plastron, and that's something I'm not the biggest fan of. Same with the scabbards. Like, again, they added, a lot of depth in these like figures, but at the same time, that's just not something really present in the TV series. There's not a lot of like black lining with some of these, so it's a little strange. Now, Leo does come with a bunch of accessories. You get 2 open hands, 2 fisted hands, and 2 like meditating hands for the extra included head sculpt. This one is really divisive among people. Like, again, it's a great alternate head sculpt, just not for this figure, just because we only get one serious like angry face, and then for like another like neutral face, I would prefer, again, something more neutral, not him just having his eyes closed, because it's very, doesn't go well with the other turtles' alternate expressions. You just have angry Raph, happy Donnie, happy Mikey, and then you just have meditating Leo. I feel like we could have gotten something better. And there was, on the prototype, you could see they had just a neutral face for Leo, but I guess I don't know what happened to that. Each turtle does in fact come with the T-phone, the little smoke bomb, and a slice of pizza. That comes with all 4 turtles. You're not going to get much variation between that. Like, also one thing, like the dark red that they used for the pizza slice, that would have been the ideal red for the katanas over here, but I guess they just didn't want to go for that. I don't know why. I'm assuming we'll eventually get more variants of these guys. Like, there's still the Mystic Turtles to be done, the Space Turtles, that's the Super Shredder Turtles. I'm assuming we'll get variations of these, and maybe that's how NECA will get us, and they'll just, but I don't know. Or maybe they'll do like a recolor of these guys, because again, as the seasons progress, the color grading for the show just gets much worse, and they're not as bright as they were in the earlier seasons. That's just a thought. I don't know. He also has this I forget what this thing is called. I know it was used in the show. I remember the 2012 series very well. I even got the complete DVD box set for my birthday like a few years ago, so I'm very familiar with the 2012 show. I think this was used in Showdown, the season 1 finale, when they were taking down TCRI. I could be wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure I'm wrong. I know this was also used in the episode where Leatherhead goes into the portal to Dimension X. So that's something. I do currently have him with 1 gripping hand and 1 open hand. I usually keep him displayed with the opening hands, just because it looks more neutral and like ready. I love this pose. On this, I like just posing him just like this. It's super generic, but it just gets the job done. But again, I can always just unsheath the sword and just get him in just like a really quick like bring it stance, and it really makes this figure pop. I love this figure. It's definitely very imperfect. Again, these joints are super, like, again, this doesn't want to this top, the thigh doesn't want to bend like that. I don't know what the deal is, but it's a little rigid, and but I am terrified of breaking this thing, and I don't know who to talk to should anything break on this. I'm trying very carefully to not mess with it, but it's for $40 and all the accessories and all the detail that goes into it. I'm pretty pleased. Like, for my first NECA figure, I really enjoy this. I am gonna be checking out the rest of the line soon. I already have Mikey, Donnie, Raph, and Shredder ordered. They should be coming within the next week. I'm sometime next week, probably towards the end of the week. So I'll do videos on those too if you guys want to see that. I'm really enjoying this figure. I have a picture of me taking him out to breakfast. It's fun. I definitely need to make some more room in my house though, because Jesus Christ, these guys are gonna be both hard on my room and my wallet. Also, I didn't mention like see, even like obviously it's a cartoon based figure, so he's gonna have rounded feet like the cartoon. It's just like, again, the artwork on the box is a little different, but it's whatever, But like I said, he also does have like these these little lines across each individual bandage, which it's something. I don't know. Also, I'm not sure. Okay. See, like, that looks a little off. It's good to have as much articulation as you want on these figures, but boy, howdy, is it a little stiff. And also, I've noticed, does NECA only is this thing like predominantly like painted? It's hard to word. Also, does this thing have like only painted joints to like hide all the imperfections? because most of the figure is molded in green, so I would assume that most of the joints are in green. Like, this may make sense, okay? You're not gonna like dual mold the leg instead of just painting it, but at the same time, man, does that look rough. I'm assuming same goes for this. Yeah, like see here too, the paint's all like rubbing off. So these are definitely not like your standard action figures. These are definitely more collector and like shelf pieces, if anything. But they're still really cool. I like them. I'm not gonna say I defend these because I've seen some really bad QC on some of these. Like some guy on YouTube, he just straight up didn't have the alternate head sculpt. I would show that off, but at the same time, the neck peg on this one just would not budge. It kept coming off with the head whenever I try to swap them, so I'm just gonna leave it on. This is my preferred head sculpt anyways. So yeah, this has been my look at the Neca TMNT 2012 figure by Neca. By who else? It wasn't by Playmates. I'm so used to saying Playmates. Again, this is a really cool figure. I recommend it. 40 bucks. It's definitely on the pricier side. But when you choose between the $10 retail release 2012 figure by Playmates or the super uber duper mega expensive figures by Reveltech, I say this is a good in between. You know, like it's in between the two most like cheapest and expensive figures. You know, I say this is a good middle ground. You get a lot of alright accessories for a good amount of alternate hands. You know, for 40 bucks, sure. I'd recommend picking this up. If you're gonna have this one, obviously you're gonna have the more rest of War Turtles. Of like accessory wise, I say Mikey comes with the best, you know, just because he's Mikey. But we'll get to him whenever I continue doing this series, which who knows when. I've been slacking on videos lately, but I hope y'all like this video. It's been really fun to check out this figure. Yeah. I will say this we could have done without this. I feel like this could have been included with like maybe a Krang figure, and we could have gotten, I don't know, anything else with Leo. Maybe I feel like maybe we could have gotten the little knife he always has, like hidden in the hilt of his sword, or maybe a couple throwing stars. You know, just like stuff like that. Like this is something he used for like a very short time in the show. It's not that relevant to who Leo is. We did not need this. Like Raph has the best accessories pertaining to who he is. You got the Cockroach Terminator and Chompy. You know, that's great, but this gun that he used for like an episode, it's not the hotness, you know? And I've been rambling too long, but this has been a great figure to check out for you guys on the channel. I'd recommend it. I'll leave a link in the description on where to buy this figure. I would do a full thorough walkthrough with this figure and all the different hands and poses and heads, but no one wants. You might want to see that, but at the same time, I don't got time for that. I got work later on. But I love y'all. I'm gonna see you in the next video. I don't know when that'll be, but it'll be soon. I'm back to making videos again. I love y'all. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.